I have been following this Lagina Gold story for the past month. And although it collides with what's going on with Jaguar, personally, I feel that this Lagina Gold um, is doing more than just scamming. And so I just had to look into this. All right. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through one of her interviews that she had on a YouTube channel. And um, I'm going to react to it. And yeah, I'm going to do a little roasting because, she has the balls to come out and say that she's Aaliyah's daughter. And okay, you know what? Now, Jaguar threw out colorism when someone brought up the fact that Lagina was ugly. And I have to say that that is just not fair, okay? Because this is not about colorism. Um, it's more about symmetry. And um, and so, you know, I don't know where they just weaponizing everything. You can't talk about the bitch because, she has mental health issues. You can't talk about her looks because she's butt ass ugly. I mean, like, what the fuck? You're saying that you are the gorgeous Aaliyah daughter. And then you come onto the scene, looking anything but. So it's not fair that we can't uh, respond to the obvious. So during this roast and review, hints, hints on roast. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go in a little bit. All right.
Okay, so my memory evolves with my mom being in a set house, like a four family flat type of house or a two family. It had other people, but it wasn't an apartment type. And I think that's when my mom probably died. That's when I went to this house called Wayburn, and that's when I started seeing my father for visits. And I was with a man named Nana. He raised me into all the way to 2007. So we kind of moved to house, different house. We always had to abruptly leave all the time. And then when he left in 2007 to be on Home Health Aid in New York, um, then that's when I was shipped around with my father's, my grandfather's baby mother's
Right.
family. And that's when I was everywhere in that house. So I didn't really have like a set house that I lived for more than 2 years. And it just been shipped all over.
Man. Okay. So with that being said, let's stay right there for a second. How was life for you growing up as a child, coming into womanhood and things like that? How was life for you?
Notice how she positioned her hands in this steel. It's like a triangle, and it's pointed down towards the earth. And what she's doing is she's drawing energy, and she has it right by her crotch. Uh, like I said, Lagina is a witch. So, um, yeah, that kind of struck me as something that I feel is suspicious and is definitely not someone who genuinely feels that they are the daughter Aaliyah?
It was more of a Cinderella effect for me as far as having to always move. So, which each people, they come with their own sets of rules and things, how the ways how they process things or deal with things. So I had to learn each personality and mood. So I had to study people. And I had to do that in school as well because I was different schools. I went to like 3 or 4 different schools in 1st grade and 7th grade year. So it was a lot of different movement for me. So learning with different people and had to, for me, it affected me as far as I just had to be observant and listen before or think before anything else, before I interact with these people because they all had a different type of pinpoint type.
I hear you.
Y'all, you know what? Y'all can't do this to me. Okay, y'all cannot do this to me. Okay, this girl is. My God. You know what? If she didn't want the ridicule, I mean, like she went right into the arms of it. So, um, I am giving some mercy, but she's arrogant. I've watched hours of video footage, and she's arrogant, and she's standing ground, and she will weaponize her mental illness. I've heard her tell one person that, well, if you feel that, that if you really care for me, then you want cause for my mental health to feel this way, or some crazy shit she said. But yeah, she weaponized that. She weaponized ugly, um, anything, anything she can use. But 100%, she is a scammer. Without a doubt, Lagina is a scammer. And she knows that she is not Alia's daughter. But, to each his own.
Well, I'm glad, again, to even, get this story is amazing as far as what implications it show.
Yeah.
So let's start at the end and let's work our way backwards. You, first and foremost, you yourself came out and said, hey, these are my parents.
Yeah.
How long were you in knowledge of that? How long were you feeling that? And also, what made you yourself come out and say it?
So these are memories I had, but I couldn't explain away. For my dad, I used to refer to him like the first guy, my first dad, until I got my other dad. But I used to didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell anybody because I'm like, it sounds crazy. Nobody gonna believe me if I said my first dad was R. Kelly. I used to sing his songs in music class, and he just left me after his trial, and then came my second dad, and he was there for a moment, and then he eventually had to go to his next work. So for having that kind of memories, and so it kind of made me not listen to his songs growing up as much. So I didn't know the magnitude of who he was as an artist, because I personally wasn't. It hurted me, it triggered me, and then it was the people around me didn't have the questions, or they had the answers to the question. They wasn't allowed to tell me it. So, and then from my mom, I remember seeing her on TV when I was like very young. Maybe I was 5 because my age range is different. So from the memories I do remember of seeing her on TV, and then my grandma saying not to say that, and then the waiver in the house that I mentioned. I was living in that house, and then we visited somebody's house. And then I see my mom on her video, More Than a Woman, and I'm like, there she go, like.
Exactly.
Is this her? Like, she looked different. Her hair is different. And I'm like, it probably is her. And I'm like, this might be her. And then when she died, I wanted to differentiate her from the woman that I knew as my mom, and her.
Man.
to accept it better. So I just didn't say nothing because then, I'll never see her again. Because the type of relationship we had, she always kept her word. And when it took a long time sometimes, but she always, when she said she was coming. So I just held on to that faith.
It has been confirmed that there was a relationship there.
Yeah.
They did, from what we've seen in like Surviving R. Kelly. I don't know if have you watched Surviving R. Kelly or anything like that?
No.
Don't even worry about watching it. But it was shown that yes, they were in a relationship. Leah's parents knew about it. There was possible unborn child. There was, they had romance. At their age, it was confirmed, at least through what we've seen in court documents as far as a marriage annulled.
Yep.
Wow, this girl is a pathological liar. And, some people who aren't privy to it can get fooled. And I bet that, she got away with a lot of shit. One of the things I heard too is that Lagena, you know, sold, some big ass. And allegedly. So, she got some skills. You have to be a little slick. And I saw some videos and listened to her talk and saw some chats and like, yeah, this girl got a slick tongue. And she's not as docile and sitting up there trying to, hold on to Aaliyah's essence, trying to look innocent and, she's just not given.
That's what I was going to say. He has other children, which means that you're a relative by birth of the same father.
I would like to meet my siblings from him. I will do that. I kind of remember a little girl. I think her name Baby Blue, my sister, which is Joanne, the junior.
Yes, the junior of his mother who passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Grandma.
This bitch just say rest in peace, Grandma. Man, the scamming is real. Now, okay, this is the scenario that I hope goes down. I'm hoping that that ultimately Jaguar gets the help that she needs, and with that happening, that kind of pulls the rug from underneath Lagina's feet and slows down her momentum. Okay? Because she's not going to stop unless she's forced to stop. All right? So, Lagina's a bit hard headed. But I feel that eventually this is going to end. And I hope that it ends with everyone being safe. But with what's going on with Jaguar and just some of the things, just some unnerving, videos that she posted, I just feel that what is going on right here is we're watching a train wreck with Jaguar, and Lagina has her separate train and it's attached to Jaguar's. Okay? So she just don't want to let go. She just don't want to see what's going on because like I said, because she's a part of it, I would have been out of there. Like some of those videos, I'm pretty sure Lagina was hanging around and she heard Jaguar, and I'm pretty sure that she's seen Jaguar blow up. And I'll tell you about people and cycles is that when you go through certain cycles, you feel that it will be the same each and every time. But what you don't realize is that each and every time is tilting to the other side where something is going to happen. So it's not going to stay the same. It's always, every time it's changing. It's changing until, the bottom gives. So, yeah, this is, yeah, um, Lagina right here is, yeah, she's just not listening to her intuition. And it goes back to what I was talking about before, that if you want to work with certain deities or ancestors, that they have to want to work with you. You can't just go, picking up and work with their energy. Like the deities that I work with, they came to me, and I had to agree to it too. They didn't just come to me and shit just started getting popping and all of that. No, it was mutual. So there was some that I said no to. So and the same with ancestors. So there was one in particular, one deity in particular, that I just had that feeling, and so but there was still a connection. And right when I connected with the deity, um, someone close to me had a dream that I was that deity, and that was a sign that uh, that that deity accepted, um, my invites. So yeah, you have to be careful, because working with uh, the astral deities and the energies in the astral world and the ancestors, is that energy can become tricky. Thus, they can become tricksters. All right, and shit can pop off. You think you're getting one thing, you get another. All right, so be careful.
And too, I kind of remember her. Like I thought she was my mom's daughter too. So I'm not sure if they did anything weird with that situation or not, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, no, and once we do find out again, Aaliyah, she had no other children, so therefore, some stars pass away with giving birth to no children. But
Yeah.
if this, of course, could, and if it is true,
We ain't gonna find out shit.
it could be like just what? Now you're right. As far as legacy goes on, you're carrying something forward.
Yeah.
Now on the flip side of that, if a DNA test is done, I gotta get your thoughts on it, and it comes back that no, you're not related to R. Kelly or Aaliyah. What does that do for you mentally? And two, what is your next step after that?
Of course, I'll probably get like a backup DNA or backup entry, something to have a second opinion, because this is the memory I still feel, and I know people will go to the highest to change a lot of things.
Of course, I'll get a backup DNA. Of course, you would, because you are scamming. Oh my gosh, why is she still here? Um, she is here because Jaguar is still here, and as long as Jaguar still is able to keep all of this afloat, this girl got the battery to just keep going. Like I saw yesterday, there Jaguar was up in there cooking, and she was on there, and I posted a reaction video, and she is sitting there all comfortable, and I'll tell you another thing that's really sad, is that someone like myself, who's a day one fan of Aaliyah, and even those who have grown to to really love Aaliyah, the younger generations, there's a lot of us who are upset over this. And she just sits there and gloat, and she just loves the attention. And I'm just giving her a warning that that's just going to turn sour on her. She thinks she's getting something, but all of this is coming at a price, and she's playing with fire. Yeah, she might want to just back off like a crawfish. All right, just back off, bitch.
And if it's not it, then will go seek mental help and wonder why I'm getting these memories of being her daughter versus anybody else.
So as far as and let's just go down the narrative, is if it doesn't come back as 100% or 99, whatever the number is, showing that what it is, technically, who would be your biological father, your biological mother, outside of these two people? Where were they at? What would they say in that scenario? Like, hey, do you have contact with them still to this day?
They came, the second mom came.
Hey, why her eye keep going cross? Like it keeps, like the film is glitchy, and then her eye keeps going cross. It's just not working out, but she's trying to keep that pussy power. She's trying to get that energy going. She wants to hypnotize everyone into believing that she's Aaliyah's beautiful daughter. She's Aaliyah's daughter.
The sisters of mine and for me, but I didn't talk to her or see her, or she didn't. I haven't spoke to her in months actually. And with the second father, I asked him, I'm like, about who my parents was, and I'm like, I remember you knowing who my mom was, and I remember you talking to my granddad and my grandma. So who are you? Like, right. And you are currently a live-in home health aide right now. And he also told me that
video is a little glitchy. I believe that that's Aaliyah. Like, shut the fuck up. No, Aaliyah wouldn't say that. I would say that for Aaliyah. Shut the fuck up. It's glitchy. She's biggie. I don't know what's going on at the bottom. I just saw the top, and then I saw the bottom, and I was like, wow. I mean, whatever. But she's claiming to be the beautiful Aaliyah Houghton's daughter. So you gotta look the part a little bit. And if you don't, then expect to get roasted. Come on.
He was 2 years, and his real age, he's 2 years older than his birth certificate. So I'm like,
so are you able to either one, tell us your age, tell us your birth date? Okay.
I think I'm either born in 1993, 1994, 1995. Even though when you see the one of the youngest pictures of me, it looked like I'm 5 years old in 1998. But they said I'm supposed to be 3 years old. I look like I'm 5, and you can see it on my page too. So, and then it explains why I grew like body hairs older than most girls my age.
She grew body hairs, most kids her age. Like, I don't know. I still, I wonder how she has the nerves to pull this off. But I just want to say that she just didn't do it with just pure intellect and planning, and not just with Jaguar either. Like I said before, she used some spiritual energy for this. So she really feels self-assured in this, and it looks it's really sad because she's at a critical place, which is why I'm giving her some grace here. I'm giving her some grace, but I because it is what it is. But yeah, she needs to like wake up and start learning some advanced techniques so that she can learn when to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Definitely. Do you have young videos, pictures? Do you have a lot of that? Like as far as just old photographs or videos?
Nina, you get that wig? And now, look, you scammed the people out of thousands of dollars. You could have gotten a good wig, okay? You must have gotten that bitch on a deep, 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 deep ass discount. You got that shit in one of those bins at the beauty supply store. Not the ones in the front, but the one way up in the corner where they about to throw that shit in the dumpster. Bitch, you had to dig past all the decent wigs, all right? It looked like you pulled that bitch from the earth grids, okay? I mean, that wig looked like it came from hell, bitch. Gina, you dug so low for that wig, that shit came up shaking and shivering. This shit's mouth to mouth. Shit. Bring this shit. You have to bring this shit back to life.
I needed people to see me because they were doing that to me privately and nobody knew who I was. And I was kept trying to reach out and try to reach out. So that's why I wanted to contact Jaguar Wright as far as help asking her to help me.
Come on, Jaguar. Now, come on. Look at her. All right? You gonna bring this to us as Aaliyah's daughter? Did she used witchcraft on you? She mesmerized your ass, and that's what she's trying to do to us. That's why she going like this. Her pussy power, you know. That's not working. All right, bitch. You still ugly.
She knows the how extreme this can get, this kind of world can get, and she survived it. And I view her as like how my mother would have probably ended up, or to speak her truth, or who knows. She survived the industry, so.
So Lagena and Jaguar Wright has a history, and that started in 2021, and this is where the hustle began. Is that they are pretending that they just met, okay, and when they have known each other for some time, and but I feel that Lagina has been studying Jaguar a little bit and kind of targeted her. You know, this girl right here is playing chess, and Jaguar thinks she's playing chess. I mean, they both think they're playing chess. It's kind of weird how, okay, Jaguar is more aggressive, but this girl right here is more cunning. Um, and Lagina is in trouble. Like, she really needs to get away from Jaguar. But we're talking about this interview in particular.
And it's crazy because, you know, we actually have Jaguar right here behind the camera. And I actually want to ask Jaguar Wright to you know, as far as advice, you know, what did you feel when she reached out to you, when she told her truth?
That nigga just say truth. Like, what? You're feeding into the hype? He must Jaguar, you give that nigga some head.
Because you come from a lot of people who have had lies and are now, not saying I don't want to say to use the word exposed, but let's say some things are coming to light. And now you're seeing this another situation where things are coming to light. What were your thoughts when she reached out to you, if you don't mind to speak?
By the way, I just want to shout out your edit in dialect, because the word exposed it's played out. It's old. It's whack like a Jerry curl waiting to die. We're going to change it to illuminate.
We're going to change it to illuminate. Wow. The scamming is real. It seems that they have discussed this in great detail. they're as far as their relationship, they're very comfortable, which is kind of alarming to me because Lagina thinks she knows Jaguar, and when she really doesn't. And in fact, I feel, and I'm going to say alleged at this point, I feel that she kind of put some fire under Jaguar, because in a lot of ways she acts as Jaguar's spiritual advisor. And I have a video coming up where she actually gives Jaguar a reading. And so I'm going to compare her astrology reading to my astrology reading. And I'm going to do an advanced technique to show where Jaguar is versus where Jaguar was when she was born. What Lagina did with her reading, and this shows um, in her being quite the amateur, but it's good, but you can't call yourself a teacher until you learn yourself. Um, you, you know, it's like you have to get to a certain place, and there's certain things that you're not privy of. I feel that that Lagina acts as Jaguar's spiritual advisor, and I saw one video where Goomba tried to. I heard that Goomba tried to slip some meds into Jaguar's drink because I guess he was trying to calm her down, and Lagina saw that shit and she ratted him out. So I think that Lagina is in too deep, and she is definitely a part of what's going on, and she is not a victim in any of this. And the victims would be children. She's a grown ass adult, and she is a witch, and she does magic, and she's pretending to be someone that she's not. She didn't say, I'm Aaliyah's daughter and I'm a witch. Hello. No, she didn't come out like that. So I believe that what they're trying to do is they're trying to rack up as much cash as they can with the scam, hold off the DNA test. And like it's like a little dangling, a little retarded carrot, because we know that there's nothing that's gonna match. And who are they going to test? That's another thing. I've had 2 DNA tests. You use your saliva, you send it in, and you if there's a match with other people who also took the DNA test with that specific company, then it'll show as a match. And so there is no way that Lagina can get a DNA test from Aaliyah's family or even R. Kelly's, because um, they wouldn't even entertain that. How dare you say that shit? And Aaliyah still have family and loved ones who are still alive. And I am more than positive they found out about this. So it's just really just it's callous. And I want to say something else too, why I have a problem with Lagina and what she's doing. Because, it's the scamming, and getting people's money, um, people who don't know any better. Um, it's not as much as that I'm concerned with. It's the fact that she's a witch. And there was some things that I've heard when I was watching these videos. And it caused some concern, and this is why I jumped in and started doing videos on her, is because she's like, her and Jaguar are trying to manipulate, and this is alleged, but I've listened to videos, enough footage where they are trying to manipulate um, the ancestors' energy for gain. And so I believe that she's not just saying that Aaliyah is her mom, that she's trying to pull off of spiritual energy from Aaliyah. And so it goes deeper than just scamming. Yeah, there was just some weird, nasty shit. And I just want to say something. If she ever watched this video, I'm just letting you know that that's dangerous to do that. And I heard that Jaguar was fucking with Prince too. That there's a witch here on YouTube that Jaguar was bringing her Prince. Like, what the fuck? You can't bring. Look, I'm just saying, and Prince is a Gemini too. Okay, here's the deal. People, you cannot engage. Well, you can engage in any type of energy. You can try to contact any ancestor or any astral deity if you want. But if that deity or that ancestor don't want to fuck with you, either you uh, get nothing from that or you get grief from that. And Aaliyah, you don't want to mess with. It's like, pay attention to her name, you know, the most exalted one. You just don't play with that. The same with Prince. You just do not play with that. Tupac, the same way. You just don't play with it. And so some people who think that they can, use the energy of ancestors or deities when they don't agree to it, can turn their lives upside down. And I believe that that's what we see. That's part of what's happening with Jaguar. Is that she's entertaining certain energies that she has no business entertaining, and Lagina here is kind of guiding her through that. In one video that I saw, Jaguar took Lagina to this witch, and I guess want to try to get some work done, some sort of work. I didn't really understand to what degree, but I heard enough to realize what they're doing. And I just want to warn them that what they're doing is dangerous. And as long as Lagina continues to mess with Aaliyah's energy, she's actually putting herself at risk. So, just a warning.